So Augustine wrote this very curious book that we don't actually know if it has any antecedents in that sense, that's called the Confessions. The Confessions is potentially understood as the first, or maybe at least the first prominent, spiritual autobiography, maybe even the first real autobiography we have in at least the Western world. I can't speak for anything else. Augustine's Confessions was prompted by, we think, suspicions that were rumored in his day that he was, in fact, not fully over his Manichaean past, that he was he had advanced too far, too fast in the church, then he was a little uppity and a little flashy. And so he wrote this book to kind of give an account of how he had come to be the person he was. And in many ways, it was a really interestingly disquieting book for his audience. No one expected him to talk about being a bishop and still having certain kinds of moral weaknesses. There's, even with undergraduates today, there's still moments of squirm-inducingness in that book. They're not, I mean, some of them are about his continued struggles with sexuality, but there are other ones about his continued interest in food and his affection for song and stuff like that. And my students will sometimes be almost a little like, it's too much information, Augustine. I can't handle this, right? And if that's the way we are, imagine what it was like 1,600 years ago when everybody presented themselves basically as a marble statue. It was completely immobile and impervious to any temptations. For Augustine to say these things was literally epoch-making. I mean, for him to render a human self in the vulnerable way he did, made it possible to be a different kind of creature than we had thought we could be before.